Hello, Joel Tubman, Technical Editor of Golf Monthly here at Foresight Sports HQ with a good old-fashioned head-to-head today. We've got the old TaylorMade M1 driver up against the new TaylorMade M1 driver. So TaylorMade have kept with the T-track system, they've kept with the carbon fibre crown, but they've just refined it to give you a little bit more performance, a little bit more adjustability. But we wanted to find out exactly what golfers are going to be getting from the new driver compared to the old one. I've had the old one custom fitted for me and I've been able to use the same shaft from my old M1 in the new M1 to see exactly where the differences in performance lie. The first thing to talk about in terms of the differences between the two drivers is the way they look. I've got the two here. You're looking at the old M1, there's a much bigger white section on top, obviously because the new M1 is using a little bit more carbon composite on the crown there, so it doesn't affect the overall look of it. They still look fantastic. A few more graphics on the new M1 compared to the old M1. We've got this M1 logo on the heel section of the crown here, and just a slightly darker black section, less of that white effect, that carbon composite effect on the crown. And the other thing to talk about at address is the larger footprint this new M1 has. Certainly looks like a larger, more forgiving driver at address. So that's going to hopefully instill a little bit more confidence if you make the switch from the old M1 to the new M1 driver. Delving into the numbers that I got on the GC2, now we know that R&D, companies are limited in terms of what the sweet spot can do. So I was not surprised to see that the carry distances from the averages that I hit on the GC2 were very similar. With the old M1 it was 270 yards carry, and with the new M1 it was 271. So there really was nothing in it. This is with the weights in exactly the same setting and the same loft as well. So we've got neutral shot shape and then the weight right at the front for low launch, low spin with my custom fitted extra stiff driver, which was fitted for the old M1. So spin numbers are also very similar, around about the 2,100 mark. There's only about 20 RPM in it. Ever so slightly lower launch angle with the new M1, but there really was nothing in it. Exactly the same peak height and exactly the same ball speed. So that really does tell you, the technology from the sweet spot hasn't changed at all. The differences in the performance come from the adjustability that you get with this driver and the forgiveness as well. I felt like the M1, the new M1, just felt a little bit more stable on those off-centre hits. I felt like I got a more consistent ball flight with the M1. We're only talking marginal gains here. The old M1 was a very good driver, but just felt I got a little bit more stability across the face with the new M1. The thing that really stood out for me, obviously, apart from the looks and the confidence-inspiring look you get with the new M1, just tended to miss with the new M1 a little bit to the left. I mentioned it in my other video with the M1 driver review, just how perhaps it's that carbon composite in the toe area on the sole, just creates a little bit more draw bias, tended to miss it a little bit more left compared to the old M1. So obviously that can be negated very easily by sliding that front weight into the fade section slightly. Feel was very good. I'd say the feel and sound of the new M1 is a little bit more understated. I kind of preferred the feel of the M1, the new M1, slightly. But really enjoyed the performance of the M1. Very little between the two drivers, but obviously the other thing that really stood out for the new M1 was the greater amount of spin separations you have with those adjustable sole weights. With the old M1, you've got a shorter track there, you've got a lighter weight, so you're not going to be able to change the spin as much in the back setting on the old M1 compared to the new M1. So if you prefer the customization of the new M1 and you are perhaps a slower club head speed and you need that higher spin and higher launch angle to get the ball up in the air, but you also need the shot shape dispersion to change, maybe you want maximum fade setting as well, you're probably going to get more out of the M1 this time around because you're going to have more ability to increase the launch and spin to keep that ball in the air for a slower swing speed. But that's not to say that fast swing speeds obviously won't get on with it either. I've really maxed out with this driver, averaging over 270 yards carry with the new M1, so that's really up in the top ballpark for me in terms of distance. So that's where the two differences in the two drivers lie. I don't think if you've got the original M1 that you need to be rushing to upgrade to the new M1, but I think definitely if you've got an R15 or something a little bit older than that, you're going to see an increase in the customization you can get with your ball flight with this M1. Massive difference in launch and spin and shot shape you can get with this new M1, and it's only going to help you find more fairways and be further down the fairway as well. So hope you found that review helpful. Make sure you check out Mike's review of the new TaylorMade M2 driver. But thanks for watching and we'll see you again soon.